In today's video, you're going to get to see a beautiful 1959 Plymouth Fury. Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. I am thrilled you're joining me today. Today I have the pleasure of introducing you to a gentleman. His name is Dieter. Dieter is a bit of a, how do I say this? A fanatic when it comes to all things Plymouth and particularly the Fury. He owns a number of these cars. Today he is presenting his 1959 Plymouth Fury. This car was actually built in Windsor, Ontario. It's all Canadian, and being a Canadian car, it has a slightly smaller engine than her US counterparts. This is a beautiful car. It's in light blue color. It even has a sport deck in the back of it, which some people refer to as the toilet seat. So without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, let's check out this stunningly beautiful 1959 Plymouth Fury. Beautiful. Dieter, rev the engine for me, sir. And honk the horn. Wonderful. Turn her off. Oh my God, Dieter. You and your Furies. Okay, tell me what you've got here.
Well, this is a 59 Fury, Canadian built car. Not much different than the American one, except it's got a 313 engine. And the Americans would have had a 318 engine. It's a Fury and pretty well top of the line for the Canadian version of this car.
Where were these built?
This one was built in Windsor, probably.
Oh, wow.
Based on the serial number code. I think back then that's the only place they produced Chrysler cars, was in Windsor.
This car has such presence, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it really does. Just beautiful.
Big and stylish and...
Yes, the big wings, everything.
Yeah.
I love the two antennas on this thing.
Yeah, there.
And what was this called again? The toilet seat?
It's called a sport deck officially.
Sport deck, yes.
But again, the slang word is toilet seat.
Wow. And the emblem there was always in gold.
It's always in gold. Now, the other car we did, the 60,
right.
It's the same emblem, but this one has the Mayflower on it. And the Mayflower is like the Plymouth, right? Plymouth and the Mayflower way back when.
Back in the day.
So for some reason, the earlier Plymouth, they used the Mayflower symbols. It's on the front too. The front
so we're
emblem.
Talking Christopher Columbus days, yes, okay.
So because Plymouth, he landed at Plymouth, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe, left Plymouth. Or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, has to do with...
We're going to have to look that one up. All right, so... yes, we should know this, but it's sad, isn't it? Wow. How long have you had this Plymouth?
This one probably 25 years at least, somewhere in there.
And where did you find this one?
In the Auto Trader.
Really? Right here in Canada?
In Quebec City. City.
So spend all our life in Canada, we're
thinking,
yeah?
Yeah. It was undercoated and it'd been repainted, not prior to me owning it, and there was a little bit of work done, but nothing major. Like all the front fenders are, there's no patches or any repair work in the front fenders.
Wow. The
And
fact it was in Quebec City too, Dieter, is...
well, somebody look after it.
yes,
you know.
they would have. The amount of snow and ice and everything else there. My, oh my, oh my. I just can't get enough of these cars. They really have such a presence about them, don't they?
Actually, they got the little Mayflower in the front
Right in
too.
front there too, yes. Fabulous. You know what I didn't ask you last time? I mean, you've got a little collection of Furies going on here, but what drew you to the Fury in the first place?
I don't know. It was, well, I guess the black one is the one I bought first, and then I kind of got to liking it, and so I thought, well, it was more by the year, you know. I had a 60, and then I thought, well, this 59 came up. It'd be nice to have a 59. My ultimate goal was to collect, you know, as many one year after the other.
Right, back to back to back.
Back
yes.
to back. So
Yeah.
I got 4 of them back to back.
Wow.
But
So what's the distinct difference between the 59 and the 60? What
Well,
would I notice?
the fins are quite different. The 60 has the big pointy fins.
And this one is a bit more rounded?
They're a little bit more sloped.
Okay.
And yet the 58 had more pointed fins. So this is kind of a one-off year for that style of fin. It's just a little bit different than 57, 8, and
Yes.
60.
You know what really fascinates me about American cars back in that generation was every year they made some changes.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? Unlike today, like now
Yeah.
we end up with the same car for probably about three years or so minimum, and then they make a change.
Well, back in those days, the designers at the factories had dedicated assignments. There was an assignment for somebody to do interior steering wheels
Okay.
and dash. There was an assignment for somebody to design grills and somebody to design taillights. So and then they put it all together. And so when you look at some of the old clay concept models, you can see the similarities
Right.
between this is what a concept was and then what ended up in production.
Yeah. Wow. Just a beautiful, beautiful machine. Even the slope, the way the roof line comes down
Yeah.
is just beautiful. Now this is all polished aluminum?
Stainless.
Stainless steel.
This is stainless. This is all stainless. This is
Wow.
stainless. All of this is stainless, and this is aluminum in the middle. And then the bumpers are chrome. Most everything is. I think this is aluminum. This is aluminum in here,
Right.
but most of it's stainless.
And the hubcaps on this one are again different.
Yeah, that's your standard production hubcap.
Wow. My goodness. Such a beautiful machine. Just beautiful. And the motor on this thing is a what?
The
Dieter?
313.
313.
It's
Oh wow, and it's red.
red
Interesting.
and silver. That's the stock.
That is the stock color, hey?
That's the production version. Yeah.
So now, did you have this painted?
No. I painted inside the firewall, and I painted here,
Right.
and I did the engine rebuild, and I cleaned and painted underneath, but the actual body was already painted. I just did a couple of touch-ups.
So hang on a second. How long ago was the body painted?
Before I got it,
Wow.
over 25 years ago.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What a great testament to whoever painted the car.
Yeah,
Fabulous
they were well
job.
done.
And this would have been sort of the faded original.
Probably, they may have repainted that too, it's been so long. But you see, probably was, because you can still see a bit of the original undercoating
Yeah.
sprayed into the corners.
Wow.
And
My oh
but it was
my.
the original color.
What a magnificent machine. Now, in terms of features on this one, like no air conditioning, none of that
No,
stuff, right?
it's got the power steering and brakes.
So that was at the factory.
Let's see. No, I think the power brakes were factory. And the power steering I installed.
Oh, you did it. Okay.
Yeah. So I did 2 cars where I installed power steering.
Right.
This has swivel seats as well. Which,
That is the best thing on earth, isn't it?
the upholstery is fairly new. It was only done about 2 years ago.
Right.
And so when I reupholstered it, I had a set of swivel seats out of a 59. So I put those in and then had them reupholstered based on the original fabric and so forth.
I swear, the swivel seats are the cat's meow.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like, how clever is that? More cars should have that, don't you reckon? Like, seriously, I have trouble getting them out of my car.
And again, the steering wheel is the clear
Here.
chrome.
That chrome and the metal inside.
And the clear.
Now this is round compared to the other one, which is a squarish.
In 59, they had round steering wheels. In 60, they offered the square one. 61, they had offered a square one. That other car has a square one. But
And the rear view mirrors were always in this location.
they were for
too.
a few years. Like 57, 8, 9, 60, 61's on the dash too.
My gosh. I love even your gears there. What was the name of this type of gearing? What did you call this?
It's a push button.
Push button. Yeah, okay.
Push button and a torque flight transmission.
Wow.
3-speed.
And the horn is actually the inner ring, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. It's just lovely. And you've got the Canadian Tire cup holder as well. Nice. What an absolute... And it actually says on the brake pedal that it is power brake. Yeah. Very, very cool. Such a beautiful machine, Dieter. Let me go around the other side. Hang on. Actually, even the back of this. Again, ashtrays galore.
Ashtrays galore, yeah. Because we had them, when I redid the seats, I had them re-chromed, and I had this stuff re-chromed. And,
oh, nice.
And that material, I was able to find a roll of original material.
No.
In Michigan, a guy who specializes in original auto interiors.
Yes.
I took my old one piece of my seat in.
Yeah.
And it was a faded, very faded version of this. And he goes, oh, I think I have a roll of that. So I bought the roll, and I bought a roll of the vinyl, and that was quite a few years ago. And then now, just a couple of years ago, I had them redone.
Oh, where did you get them done? Like that's a lost art.
There's an older gentleman in Georgetown here who does upholstery.
Okay.
And he's got all kinds of classic cars that he does for all kinds of people.
Very nice.
He's been doing it for years.
What's his name? Do you recall?
John Smythe.
John Smythe. Okay, we'll have to look him up.
He's a Scottish fella.
All right. I was going to make a Scottish accent joke, but I'm going to give it a miss in case John's watching and ridicules me.
But
so.
he does.
But I will say, if it ain't Scottish, it's crap. But anyhow, I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's an interesting guy.
Wow. How much space in the trunk on this one?
Oh, lots.
Did they ever make a Fury with like an automatic release in the trunk? Like even the top of the line ones?
I don't think so.
Oh, look at the amount of space here. Wow. Here's a lot of space.
Yeah.
Absolutely lovely. You must have 100 of these little chairs.
There's 2 in every car.
Yes, exactly. And no California duster? Ooh.
Yeah, there should be one somewhere.
Should be, probably hidden. Yeah. I trust that there is somewhere.
I got 3 of them floating around somewhere. One's in the 62, one's in the 60, there's one in the back of the LeBaron.
Right on. So the deal is you buy a new car, you got to get a duster with it.
Missing one, yeah. And it's hard to see it, that rubber floor mat with that design on it.
Yes.
That's a reproduction.
Okay.
Somebody, a few years ago, decided they wanted to reproduce them, because that's the way they were originally. So I got the first one. That's the first one that they did, the prototype.
Fantastic.
And somebody down in the U.S. did them. I mean, you can put anything in there, but that's the way the original one was.
I love also how the fuel, you can see the pipe really just go all the way down.
But yeah, well, some cars have them behind the plate.
Did any of the Furies have them behind the plate?
Yeah.
They did, hey?
The 61 and the 60 does.
Right.
But The 59, the
The
60,
50
then the 62.
But the
Yeah.
59 did not.
The 59 had it on the side.
Right. My,
Yeah.
oh my. Just a beautiful machine. And again, the two antennas were
They're
out of the
just stylish.
factory.
Yeah, they're factory option.
It does even it out nicely,
Yeah,
though.
yeah, it does.
And again, very presidential looking.
Mm.
Now, has this been in a movie?
I don't know if it has or not. I don't know if it has or not. Some of those TV shows from the 60s and 50s, different. They had these cars like
Just on the side of the road, like
the hillbillies had a.
Yeah, okay.
Miss Hathaway drove a 62, and
That was a
I
Fury?
think leave it to Beaver. I don't know. They drove one of these maybe.
A Fury. Wow. Excuse me. Wow.
Yeah.
An original radio as well. Hey,
Yeah,
Dieter?
original radio, AM.
I cannot get enough of these cars. Just a joy to... Now, no seat belts in this one.
No, they don't
Not
have.
in 59.
Not in 59.
I don't know. These cars just kind of speak volumes in terms of how gorgeous they are. What is the actual name of this color? Because it
like-
is different to the other
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah. That one I've got it written down in the trunk, and this one's like probably what they call a pale green or something.
Right, and a two-tone,
I
like
have-
a light.
I do have brochures for all of the cars, and it gives you, look at the brochures and it gives you the color options.
Right.
And,
Just beautiful, beautiful machines.
it
I
has-
love the
it-
windshield.
It has the
too.
bubble windshield again.
Yeah.
That was popular in the,
And again, the Mercedes-style
yeah.
wiper out of the
Fifth, yeah.
sweeping to the center.
well, a lot of those cars back then, they all had them the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what made that shift occur. Like all the
Well-
modern cars don't seem to have
Well, I think when you do that, you have this V spot in the middle
that. Yeah.
that doesn't clear. So when they do them the modern way, they overlap.
Yeah.
Right. So this one goes here, and then the other one, they both go like that. So they get more of the windshield.
I always thought that one was always a little bit longer to kind of avoid that, but it doesn't look
No,
like
they're
it
both
in
the
this one.
same.
Yeah. Interesting.
Now with the
Very
newer styles, some are longer than others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know even in my
they-
Subaru,
that-
one is longer than the other.
And they do
just-
that.
Yeah, they're not the same. So lovely. Can we go for a little driving?
Sure,
All right,
yeah.
Dieter. Do your thing. What a lovely engine sound. Okay, before we drive here, run through these little levers.
Well,
and
this is a heater.
Okay.
So that's for your temperature control. Up, warmer is up, cold is down.
Nice.
Then you've got
Simple. Yep.
off,
Yeah.
low, high. That's just a fan.
Okay.
Defroster. That puts the air.
Oh, it's got the air in the back as well.
This one doesn't have the one in the back. It's just
Oh, just the front.
for
Okay.
the defrost.
Yeah.
And then this is this vent, which basically lets cold air in.
Got it.
So in the summertime, you just use the vent.
And these are your air conditioning systems
Yeah,
right there,
yeah.
the little side mirrors. But you know what I love about this? Because again, no B pillar. You've
No,
got that entire
well, they're hard.
beautiful
They're
look.
two-door hardtop.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, sir. Let's do it. There's a positive connection right there. I'm assuming again, Dieter, you put in premium unleaded?
Yeah, I use premium. I don't always use the max. Sometimes the mid-grade.
Okay.
Always the mid-grade. Occasionally I put in a high. Too expensive, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's,
Especially
but
now
we don't-
we're approaching $2 almost.
Yeah. Well, the mid-grade usually around $2.
Now these cars, Dieter, have side mirrors but not door mirrors.
Right.
Again, factory.
In fact, we always put them on the fenders.
Yeah.
But the reason is, you get the windshield comes back.
You're right.
Modern cars, the windshield goes here.
Yes.
It would
yes.
interfere with the mirror. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to see it. So they had this wraparound windshields, so they could put the mirror right there. The wraparound windshield is actually good, and I noticed like when you drive my regular vehicle, sometimes at an intersection, you got to look around.
You do, yeah.
To see if there's somebody walking across the road.
Oh, completely. I love this style.
Whereas with these, you got a clear view of everything around you.
Like the visibility is really extraordinary all the way around, actually. Just magnificent. And very smooth as well.
Yeah, well, they're big and they're heavier, and torsion bar suspension on the front.
So is there a Fury you don't have that you kind of think, I need to get one still?
Well, I wouldn't mind having a 58.
58, okay.
They're very expensive. They're all 58 Furies they were kind of a creamy color with gold trim.
Okay.
And that's the only color that Fury came in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And then in 59, you could get a Fury in any color, and but the 58, 56, 7, and 8 Furies, they were always like a creamy color in gold. But the 58 now is quite expensive.
You do get a lot of attention on the car, don't you, Dieter?
Oh yeah, you always do.
A bit of a rock star. You're signing autographs before you know it.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful machine. Now, the clocks in these are not wind-up, surely?
No, that's electric.
Electric, right.
Well, they're all electric, but this one has actually been converted to quartz.
Ah, okay.
So it's electronic, and it doesn't. It keeps time all winter long.
Right.
Unless the battery goes completely dead. But it's usually within a few minutes.
It's pretty amazing. Look at that. So is there somebody who kind of specializes in creating these clocks?
There's a guy out in the east end of the city. I've got his card somewhere, and he specializes in clock conversions.
Like in Toronto?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so all these older cars, most of the clocks don't work in these older cars.
Yeah.
And so they take them in. He just puts a new quartz mechanism in.
Right.
The same as what you get on your cheap Chinese clocks, you know. And
but the bezel retains the same look.
Everything's the same. He just puts the mechanism in and puts the needles and everything back on.
Got it. Yeah. I got a hard question for you though. Of all the Furies you have, which one do you enjoy driving the most?
That's a good question. Every time I drive...
Don't say all of them. That's like saying which kid you like.
Every time I drive one, I go, oh, this is really nice. And then I drive the next one, I go, oh, this is really nice. So,
that is a very politically correct answer. Okay. I'll let you have that one.
Yeah. They're similar. The other one that we're going to talk about, the 62, it's a newer style. It handles and drives a little bit differently, but it's also very nice. And the suspension and everything on this one and the 60 and the 61, they're all very similar. So they pretty well ride similar.
I imagine too, though, Dieter, this dash has never been replaced, or has it?
No, that's an original dash. I think
it?
there's a little crack in it somewhere. But there's a company in California called Just Dashes.
And that's what they do?
And they repair and repair or reproduce or whatever.
Okay.
Both of them.
Dieter, again, thank you for sharing another one of your Furies. She is, again, just beautiful. 1959, all Canadian. You gotta love that too. So thank you again, Dieter.
Okay, thank you very much.